towards the back of the venue and the teams will assist you. For now, please locate your seats. We're getting ready to begin the program. Thank you very much.
Day after day, page after page, dream after dream. Sacrifices made in quiet rooms. Choices made when no one was watching. The silence of anxiety. In the still of the night, when the world rests, a different kind of work continues. 365 pursuits of next level. Day after day, page after page, dream after dream. Sacrifices made in quiet rooms, choices made when no one was watching. The silence of anxiety, that heavy pause before dawn. Yet history teaches us this: the future always triumphs.
They've maintained the standard.
Their nights never go unseen, not in classrooms, not in communities. In fact,
It's unmatched.
this is more than results, more than numbers on a page. This is
Matric results.
Hey, this is the moment to pause, to acknowledge the journey.
They deserve our recognition and our support.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Gauteng announcement of results. And now, please welcome on stage your hosts, Ms. Boipilo Mabe and Mr. Hector. Supported by our sign language interpreters, Ms. Andy Swakebashe and Ms. Fortune Nathana.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, let me try again. Good morning, everyone. Goeiemorgen, everyone. Sanibonani, everyone. Nda. Absheni. Before we do what we're supposed to do, the media, we've just been humbly asked by our hosts that you're obstructing the view of those who are right there at the back. So they're asking that if you can just use the sides of the venue. This is coming from our hosts here today, that let's not obstruct the view. And as they are moving, shall we all rise for the singing of the national anthem? And the wonderful students from Zwartkop Hoër School will be helping us in singing the anthem.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. It is an incredible honor to welcome you to this important national moment. made possible through a proud partnership between the Telkom Foundation and the Gauteng Department of Education. Good morning and an official welcome to the 2025 National Senior Certificate Results Announcement for the Gauteng Province. I am your host, Boipelo Mabe of Telkom Group Corporate Affairs, and as you can see, my heart and blood is blue. If you don't see it, I'm sure you can see it from my jacket. And as the saying goes, two is better than one. So I am joined by my incredible co-host, and I will allow him to introduce himself.
And my name is Hector Motivator Matabe from the Motivation Company. We are not alone, as you can see. We have Ms. Andiswa Gabashe and Ms. Fortune Madlala, who will be helping us with the sign language. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed with the program, may I please take this moment to highlight a few important health, safety, and general housekeeping points to ensure that everyone's comfort and safety is ensured in this Telkom campus today. In the unlikely event of an emergency, your designated evacuation officer or ASHA will guide you to the nearest evacuation route and lead you to the dedicated evacuation assembly areas. And once there, please remain at the assembly point until an official all clear has been given. If at any point you are unsure of where the assembly areas are located, please do not hesitate to ask your host or any of our ushers. Assembly points are clearly marked with signage around the campus. Should you sustain any injury, God forbid, while on these premises, please inform your host immediately. Medical assistance will be provided by our trained first aiders with an EMS team stationed behind the food service stations upper side where we were dishing before we got in here. Kindly note that Telkom Park is a smoke-free working environment. Smoking is permitted only in the designated smoking areas located on the right embankment. Somewhere outside there, you'll see some blue boards. That's where it is. And we ask that you please, as on belief, use the provided ashtrays to dispose of cigarette butts responsibly. I hope no one has brought in a gun inside here, because this Telkom Park is a gun-free campus. Any firearms must be declared and handed in at the security office for safekeeping in line with campus regulations. And I think by now what I'm about to say you have experienced already. This is quite an extensive campus. It's huge. So to move around, especially you ladies in your kwai-kwais and stilettos, it can be quite a task. So we have golf carts that can move you around, around the campus. And then for our toilets, you walk out the marquee, I nearly said tent, clearly from Madrid, the marquee. So you walk right to your right and keep on moving until you start seeing some of those, the toilets. And then Wi-Fi. I've got good news for you with the Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi for all of us today. Just go to your phone where you connect and you will see somewhere it says Telkom, it says class of 2025. And Somar Clar, you just click, you are connected for free. But how are we going to use that? Please, when you go on social media, do follow our hosts, Telkom Group and Telkom. Do find them and tag them every time you post. And our hashtag for today is hashtag Matric Results 2025. Hashtag Matric Results 2025. And on your tables, I'm told there's somewhere where you can scan. If you are Niskirach, you are just curious, where are we on the program? You can scan the program that's there on your table. I think those are all the announcements that I have for you. And thank you for your attention and cooperation. We shall now proceed with the program.
I think we can give Hector a round of applause. Today is truly a moment of pride, celebration, and reflection. We are honored to be joined by the Premier of Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza Lusufi, the MEC for Education, Sports, Arts and Culture, Mr. Matume Chilwane, senior officials from the Gauteng Department of Education, our principals, teachers, partners, and the broader education community. From Telkom, we extend a warm welcome to our Group Executive Committee, led by our Group CEO, Mr. Serame Daukobong, alongside our partners from the Telkom Foundation. But at the heart of today are our stars. Our Gauteng Matric class of 2025. Let me hear you in the house. I think you guys can do better than that, surely. Come on.
Yes!
This is your moment, a moment that represents your sacrifice, your hard work, those long nights that you spent to make it here today. And that is something to be incredibly proud of. Please give yourselves a whoop whoop. Guys, I know you scream louder than this in your corridors at school. So give it to me once again. Let me hear a whoop whoop. Amazing. And most importantly, to the parents, teachers, and communities, thank you for carrying, guiding, and believing in our young people. Because without your support, I don't think any of us would be sitting here today. We gather here at Telkom Park to honor more than just results. We celebrate courage, perseverance, and the belief that education can change lives and shape the future of our country. At this point, we invite you to direct your attention to the screens as we share a short video highlighting the work of the Telkom Foundation.
At Telkom, we believe the future of work is digital, and one of the key solutions to the challenge of unemployment lies in reskilling our youth with digital skills. As a nation, we need to ensure necessary knowledge to thrive in this new era if we are to create a future-ready generation that is prepared for the jobs of tomorrow.
Telkom Foundation was created with a clear mission to make a lasting difference in South Africa's communities. We believe the most impactful way to achieve this is by investing in education.
Hi, my name is Thabo. I'm from Cosmos City.
My name is Lola Madao. I come from a small town called Bratz, which is in the Tlhabile, around Pretoria side. So I came this side because of the learnership.
Being in this program, it has assisted me in a way to know how to communicate with other colleagues. That's one of the skills that you learn being in the corporate world.
So since after the theory part that we did online, we moved into the induction part for Telkom, which started in January. Then we were given training, over-the-shoulder training, with the employees that we met at Telkom.
We focus on supplementary tuition in key subjects like maths, science, and English, hosting Saturday schools and vacation school programs. We also have an online program where learners get tutoring in these key subjects.
Our youth are our innovators and change makers of tomorrow, and we're committed to equipping them with the tools they need to thrive. Through cutting-edge technology solutions, we provide access to quality education, bridging gaps in learning and ensuring that students have the resources to succeed.
Telkom business units such as BCX, OpenServe, and Telkom Consumer and Small Business partner to ensure every school has a fiber connection. We also work with school leadership to showcase how technology can improve governance as well as teaching and learning. In the past 5 years, we've trained around 4,000 children on coding as a subject. We selected the top 400 from that cohort and provided them with further in-depth training as part of our digital skills program.
By empowering young people with digital tools and skills, we're helping them shape their futures and drive the growth of both our economy and society.
By investing in our youth, we are investing in the future of our country. At Telkom, we believe it's a privilege to be able to help others. We are committed to creating a better future for our youth, and we invite you to join us in this mission. Thank you.
Thank you. To formally welcome us, it is my pleasure to invite the Chief of Corporate Affairs at Telkom Group, Ms. Mpho McNamee. Let's give her a round of applause as she walks up on stage.
Good morning. Can you hear me fine? Okay, good morning. Premier Lesufi, MEC Chelwane, distinguished guests, educators, parents, but most importantly, to our students who are here today, the class of 2025. Now, whether you believe it or not, and some of you may say, actually, yes, it looks like it, but I completed my matric year 25 years ago. I remember around that time, a teacher said something to me that I actually have never forgotten. Small, consistent effort beats talent when talent stops trying. I'm going to repeat that. Small, consistent effort beats talent when talent stops trying. Now, those of you who studied maths and science will recognize this idea because all it's saying really is that simple, small actions repeated time and time again lead to big results. It's all about consistency, right? And your matric results today are proof of that. So you should be really proud. Today is really about celebrating your achievement. These results are not just academic outcomes. They reflect focus, discipline, and the ability to persevere even when challenges arise. You set the goals. You worked steadily towards them, and you saw the results. And that's what matters, right? Give yourselves a round of applause. This habit of consistency is one that will serve you not just today, but in years to come. So keep it up. Now, education remains one of the strongest foundations of opportunity for South Africa today. Telkom understands that building the futures we want for our young people depends on strong, long-term partnerships. And today is a powerful example of just that. I would like to acknowledge and thank the Gauteng Department of Education for its leadership and sustained focus on improving the outcomes of our learners over the years. This type of progress reflects consistency, collaboration, and a belief in our learners. At Telkom, we take education very seriously. In fact, for now more than 28 years, the Telkom Foundation has invested consistently in education across South Africa. That investment is guided by a clear providing psychosocial support, not only for the learners, but also for the teachers and their parents, and enabling access to post-school education through bursaries, learnerships, job opportunities, and other pathways. We are proud to acknowledge that the influence of this initiative at a national level has really been impressive. It is with great satisfaction that we note Luyanda Ndlozi from Elangweni Secondary School, who participated in the Telkom Foundation program in Mpumalanga and was also recognized yesterday by the Minister of Education, together with other exemplary learners nationwide, proof that what we are investing in is really making a difference. I think it deserves a round of applause. Thank you. These interventions are designed to remove barriers from learning and to help young people to stay engaged, confident, capable, so that the talent is not lost and the potential is not limited by circumstance. Over time, this work has translated into improved outcomes, stronger skills, and meaningful participation of our youth in the economy across many fields, not just in technology. To the parents and the guardians, the teachers and the principals, today is not the end. It is a transition, the beginning of a new journey. Your continued guidance and belief will remain essential as these young people take the next steps. Please continue to walk with them. Please continue to support them. And to the class of 2025, I would like to close differently. So I'm going to ask you to all please stand up. Stand up. Be proud. I see we've got some older class members from 2025. You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to ask you to repeat after me, and please do a better job than you did earlier, okay? I want to hear you loud and clear. I have the power. No. Louder, guys, with belief, with conviction. I have the power to shape my future and change the world. Let that remain with you. Thank you. You may sit down. Congratulations. We look forward to the futures you will build, and we will continue to support you. Thank you very much.
That's our headline sponsor, the Key Moreki. So I think she deserves more applause, ladies and gentlemen. So that next year they can hoy in some more moolah so that these things can keep on going. All right. We're having a little bit of a change on your program because of the arrangement here on the stage. So MEC, I humbly ask that before you come and announce what we are here about, that these young people from Zwartkop World School render an item. They are called Dizwarimbos. Dizwarimbos. You want to try it with me? Dizwarimbos, or Dizwarimbos, that's in Afrikaans. Dizwarimbos, because they're playing marimba. So they're going to perform, and immediately after that, the business, why we are here. This is the MEC's KPI, that has he delivered or has he delivered? So right now, let's welcome Dizwarimbos. Dizwarimbos, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a round of applause once again. This is the moment we are here for. So I think it would be fit to call him the man of the moment. That, sir, the province wants to hear how the young ones in your care have done. Ladies and gentlemen, just giving these Warimbos an opportunity to remove the instruments. Just giving these Warimbos an opportunity to remove the instruments before the MEC ascends the stage. Oops. All the partners, all the sponsors, Muniwari, don't say that we haven't acknowledged you yet. We are going to do that. There's a segment where we are just going to acknowledge all of you. That's all Bomureki who have put in the money and the presence into this. We are going to acknowledge you. We haven't forgotten you at all. Just after the Premier has spoken, we'll acknowledge all of you. But once again, to Telkom Foundation, thank you for this marquee and everything that goes with it, the lunch and everything that you have provided. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, sir. At this point, shall we all welcome the MEC of Gauteng, of Education, Sport, Art and Culture here in Gauteng, to come and do the business of the day, the purpose why we are here, to reveal the results of 2025 in Gauteng.
I think, DG, I can stop advertising this one of visiting Gauteng. We've already done the most by having the G20. Initially, when we came into the administration, the Premier came up with this concept that we must advertise our province at every platform. And then we've started doing it until we hosted the G20. So now we brought the world. Everybody knows that. Now I can change it. I'm sure there's a new one now. With that said, good morning. Good morning. Sanbonani. Molweni. Dumelang. Abshin. Da. Goeie dag. Or is goeie more. Member Engelbrecht. Goeie more. Thank you very much. I think our sign interpreter is assisting me as well at the same time. I want to feel the excitement. Don't be tense. The hard work is done. Today is just celebration. Relax. We are here to celebrate our best of the best in the province. Program Director, both our program directors today, the Premier, who's coming, he is coming in absentia for now, Dadeli Sufi, the MECs that are here present, the leadership of Telkom led by the CEO. I'm sitting with the head of the corporate affairs and the CFO at the table and the team. The leaders of local government that are here. The chairperson of the portfolio committee, Member Mhlongo, and all the members that are present here, fellow MPLs, the DG of Gauteng government, the acting HOD, and all the HODs that are present here, senior officials in the Department of Education in Gauteng, leadership of our teacher unions, organized labor, school governing body association, faith-based organizations, civic associations, and youth, learners, and student bodies, principals, educators, parents, our sponsors, the CEOs, and the board leadership of both our institutions, Matthew Goniwe and Saibono. And most importantly, our VVIP today, our top achievers who are with us here. What does excellence look like in a system as large as Gauteng? In a province as diverse as ours, where we offer all 12 official languages, where learners travel far, where poverty shapes daily reality for many. What does sustained systemic excellence look like? The results we're announcing today answer all these questions. Once again, dedication, resilience, and hard work in 2025 proved to be the elements of success for the class of 2025. Before I announce numbers, I want to speak about how we approach education in our province, Gauteng. And this matters because results are never accidents. They're a product of strategy, of investment, and how we organize ourselves as a system. For a long time, the conversation in education has been about whole system reform. How do we improve all schools in a district, not just pockets of excellence? To ensure effective teaching and learning, the focus of our strategies in Gauteng are geared towards the learners and the classroom as a unit of change. We ensure that classrooms are fully functional. We continue to demand accountability for results, particularly in chronically failing schools. The purpose is not to punish the management, teachers, and learners, but to provide the right combination of incentives, support, and resources that will accelerate the changes needed to improve the quality of education in those particular schools. That is the systematic approach we have adopted in Gauteng. In a situation where many institutions are underperforming, you cannot fix everything at once. You focus on the micro systematic aspect first, ensuring basic functionality, getting support systems in place, establishing accountability before you focus on the micro aspects. You tackle the elements that will have the widest impact across the system. And you do this through planned, widespread reform, not revolution. This is exactly what we are seeing in these results. So, ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2025 achieved a remarkable and the highest DG, the highest ever in Gauteng, 89.06 pass rate. And I've said earlier, it's not by accident. And it's not by lowering standards, but by the 140,000 plus young people showing up, many of them against the odds and just doing the work. We represent 19% of all learners who wrote Matric nationally. And out of that, 125,513 of those learners passed. The scale of that matters because in a system this large, consistency is harder than perfection, and overall systematic improvement is harder than isolated pockets of excellence. Yet, here we stand. All 15 districts have performed above 83%. All of them, for the first time. This is not pocket excellence. It's systematic. It's systemic. So let me be very clear about what this costs and what it has taken. Our strategy in Gauteng is multifaceted. We are not pursuing a single lever. We address quality through quality improvement, quality learning through quality improvement strategies that transform classroom performance. We work with teachers to improve their craft. We invest in the active learning of children in the classroom across all schools in the province. And simultaneously, we introduce interventions that compensate for poor family literacy levels and the impact of poverty in communities across our province. As we celebrate the class of 2025 with much pride and excitement, it's only fitting and a privilege to recognize that our success is due to our collective commitment to growing Gauteng together. In this regard, I reiterate our commitment to pursue a quality, equitable, and inclusive basic education system for all young people of our province. The work we did with the class of 2025 included supplementary materials, textbooks, study guides, revision notes, worksheets, reaching learners beyond what their home circumstances could provide, vacation classes during autumn, winter, and spring breaks, turning holiday time into learning time, morning and after school classes in schools and districts where learners needed extra support, intensive teacher development on content and pedagogical methodology and on assessment practice. We also mobilized volunteer tutors from communities and universities. ICT interventions included devices, data connectivity, online content, virtual classroom, broadcast lessons, so that learners in townships could access the same learning resources as learners elsewhere and anywhere. And we did this with a differentiated approach. Support for learners at risk of underperforming, but also targeted coaching for moderate to high achievers, because excellence at scale requires lifting everyone. And this is what growing Gauteng together means in practice. CG, our system is more stable. CG is the Consulate General. Maybe some are wondering who I'm talking to. We've got the Consulate General of the Chinese People's Republic of China present with us. The largest share of candidates were 18 years old, indicating on-time progression through the system. The percentage of learners unable to sit for the exam has fallen sharply. Part-time repeat candidate numbers have also declined. These may seem like administrative details, but they point to something essential. We have a system that is functioning. Young people are progressing. The machinery is working. Stability is the platform on which quality must now rise. So before we celebrate, let me address something essential: the credibility of these results. I know some were worried about that scandal that took place around, I think we had about 26 learners who are accused of copying. They were caught with a memo. But it's not a GDE problem, by the way. I repeat, we have nothing to do with it. Actually, Member Dos Santos, we are the ones who caught a problem. Our markers are the ones who identify that something is wrong. That why are these learners' marks are like this, word for word? So we're the one who alerted DBE of a problem. But the problem, the issue is at DBE level, not Gauteng. Because there were some who thought the problem is within our system. Our system is very tight. Our protocols are tight, I can tell you. With this level of tightness for exams, we can finish crime in no time. No time. So ours is tight. There's no loophole. That's why we're able to pick it up. Because also our markers are at that level. They're able to pick up that here I'm marking the script. There's something wrong here. They are alerted and they were able to identify those 26 learners. Umalusi, our independent quality assurer, has examined these results thoroughly. They have pronounced that they have identified no systemic irregularities that have compromised the credibility and integrity of the National Senior Certificate Examination. Where irregularities appeared, as they sometimes do in any system this large, they were investigated and dealt with. Where weaknesses were found in our processes, we strengthened controls and consequence management. These results of our learners are earned, not gifted. Our examination process in Gauteng was clean and successful. The integrity of these qualifications is assured, and that matters because a qualification is only as valuable as the trust it carries. And in this regard, the NSC carries that particular trust. But I want to talk about something that the raw percentages does not capture, something that matters more than headline numbers. In 2009, the gap between no-fee schools and fee-paying schools was 24 percentage points. That was the gap between fee-paying and no-fee-paying. This was a huge gap. Today, as I speak to you, it sits below 7 percentage points. That is not accidental policy. That is deliberate investment in equity. So what does that mean? No-fee township schools have achieved a pass rate of 87.3% this year. And notably, it's up from 86.4% in the previous academic year, 2024. And fee-paying schools achieved 93.8%, which is also up from 93% in the previous academic year, 2024. We invested significantly in technology in township classrooms for there to be computers, connectivity, and multimedia learning. We organized supplementary programs over weekends and school holidays. And we said to ourselves, the quality of our teaching and your learning will not be determined by your area code. Let me also congratulate the 186 township schools, including LSEN schools that achieved above 90% pass rate. Of these 186 township schools, no-fee schools, 18 of them achieved 100% pass rate, including 3 LSEN schools. This is excellent spreading. This information is very important, especially when we are dealing with admissions, that there's a belief that township schools are not offering quality. It's not there. That thing was a myth of the past. Not anymore. In fact, today we've also have a top learner from the previous year, Musa Nkoskio Butelis, who was the top learner in the whole province from a no-fee school. So we really need to demystify this myth of saying township schools don't offer quality, township schools don't produce quality. It's not there. It's not there. The numbers speak for themselves. In fact, we had the largest progress learners, DG, in the country. 10,530 progress learners wrote in the previous academic year, 2025. And these are learners we believed in enough to move them forward, despite them not meeting the full minimum requirements. Many said it was a risk to move them, and some were saying we are chasing percentages and we are compromising standards. I'm proud to announce that they were wrong. Out of these 10,530, 55.53% of them, of these progress learners, passed. And this is an increase of 4 percentage points from the previous academic year, which was 51%. And out of these learners, 6.8% of them achieved a bachelor pass, and 21.25% of them achieved diploma pass. Now, let me explain these numbers, how they impact on the final matric outcome. If we didn't have these progress learners, our pass rate would have set at 92%. If we didn't have progress learners that were included, I'll be sitting here and saying we're number 1, but I would have left 10,500 learners behind. And that's not what we're about at Gauteng. We'll be sitting, celebrating, but leaving a large number of our children behind. So these are young people who invested in with comprehensive support programs and study camps over weekends, holidays, and they rose to the challenge and are now positioned to further their studies and economic participation. And this is what we call equity in action. And this is what happens